this video where we'll be discussing everything related to Ashoka Aptitude Assessment. Let's put first thing first and let's start understanding if you are preparing for Ashoka entrance exam or Ashoka Aptitude Assessment Test, what you all need to be aware of. For example, if you talk about the age limit, first of all, there is no age limit to apply for the Ashoka Aptitude Assessment. So yes, that's perfectly fine. But when it comes to talk about educational qualification, candidates must have a completed or be appearing in the final years of class 12th or equivalent examination from any recognized board in India or abroad. I hope you all are very clear with this part. When it comes to minimum marks, the criteria, yes, you should have scored at least 50% marks in class 12th or equivalent examination, and for SC/ST category the minimum marks required is 45%. So there is a relaxation over there. Now when you talk about English proficiency, yes, you have a good command of the English language as the exam is conducted in English. That is something which is expected out of all of us. Yes, it's university's eligibility criteria. So apart from criteria as mentioned earlier, candidate must also fulfill Ashoka University's eligibility criteria for a specific program which they wish to apply for. What does it mean? It means, let's say, basically, for example, look at this part, the statement of purpose and the inserting appropriate information to acquire the letter of recommendation. So these are some additional things which you need to have to get into this university. Along with that, if you proceed further, if you want to have more clarity, for example, these are the different course-wise eligibility criteria which I was wanting to talk about. For example, if you want to, for example, let's say, want to pursue something in biology, what you need to have is you must have completed their BSc in natural science with a minimum of 55% or a CGPA of 7 out of 10. So this program is open for candidates who hold a bachelor degree in biology, biotechnology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, pharmacy, veterinary science, agriculture, BE or BTech depending on their respective discipline under the 10+2-3-4 education system. So this is what is minimum expected to pursue a career in biology. Same is for English. I hope you can read it by yourself. For students from Indian universities, the minimum required percentage to apply for the program is 55%. While for students from foreign universities, a GPA of 3.0 or its equivalent is necessary. I hope you are very clear with this. While having an undergraduate degree in English may offer an advantage in transitioning the master's level study of English at Ashoka University, it is not a mandatory requirement for admission to the program. So yes, it is not a mandatory, but this is something which is expected. I hope you can read it for economics as well. Applicants interested in the MA in economics program must possess a recognized undergraduate degree in any fields. It is not mandatory to have an undergraduate degree specifically in economics, but a graduation is minimum what is expected to pursue a PG in economics. But yes, who have completed the economics major or interdisciplinary economics or finance major will be eligible for direct admission if they have a CGPA of 3.6 or above. So these are certain things or add-ons or bonus you have if you already have those. Now, what about this examination pattern? So this exam is a 90 minutes computer based exam. The test have two sections. First section is mandatory for all applicants. It will test their general aptitude, which basically includes analytical skills, understanding of academic integrity, ethical practices in research, statistical literacy. It assesses a candidate's logical reasoning, quantitative reasoning and reading comprehension. So basically mathematics up to 10th standard, LR basically how do you apply logic to different category of questions and your ability to comprehend things, your reading skills. That is what they are trying to assess. Now, next is the test consists of MCQs that evaluate a candidate's analytical and problem solving skills. So MCQ based CBT it is going to be. Next is the on-spot essay is a 30-minute written exam. As the second section, it is mandatory for the applicants giving the first section. This evaluates a candidate's ability to articulate their thoughts and ideas in writing. The candidate is given a prompt and asked to write an essay on the topic within the given time frame. So that is the second section of the test. First is, I think, aptitude, and second you can say is an essay writing test. So that's the exam pattern. It is CBT, duration of time is 90 minutes, MCQ are what you are asked. So exam has total 75 questions in the first section. It is obviously conducted in English. So first of all, QA, DI and LR, of course, along with VA, and then an essay based test. So this is how your 75 questions are divided into these chunks. So QA 20, data interpretation 5, VA 25 and LR has 25. So this is how you divide it. But along with that, you read this information as well. Postgraduate candidates apply for MA Economics, MA Biology will have to appear for an online entrance examination, and MA English student will have to appear for on-spot essay writing followed by an interview. So if you are, targeting these courses, this is also what you should be additionally aware of. If you talk about the syllabus for logical reasoning, these are the topics: coding, decoding, cubes, syllogism, sequences and arrangements, series, input, output based questions. When you talk about verbal ability or verbal aptitudes, same as synonyms and antonyms, sentence correction, spotting errors, uses of idioms and phrasal verbs, analogies, sentences, uses, gradients. When you talk about quantitative aptitude, trigo, distance and speed, algebra, ratio and proportion, geometry, these kind of chapters. When you talk about DI, it is more about bar graph, line graph, pie graph, table graph, charts, etc. So this is what is asked. But yes, specifically if you are targeting MA Economics, statistics is an additional subject you should carry with yourself. So from statistics, these are the topics which are asked. Along with that, analytical reasoning and economics will also be there. So these are the different other sections you should be prepared with for different specialization based courses. Now, when you proceed further from here, so I hope we have developed a complete clarity on this part where you wanted to know about Ashoka's aptitude or assessment test, that what all it has, what all it asks, and how to prepare for it. With that, thank you so much everyone. You have been a great audience.